to Bowling Showcase, the only show to bring you everything bowling from the bowling capital of the world, Metro Detroit. I'm your host, Mark Martin, and I'm happy you've taken time out of your very busy schedule to join us for this week's episode. Now, we hope you've enjoyed all the bowling action of our 2022 Bowling Showcase Adult Challenge. What a series of matches! We'd like to thank all of this year's participants and offer a big congratulations to this year's winners, Mary Bowl and proprietor Rich Glome. I hope you've been watching our Youth Challenge shows and you'll continue to watch all the way to the exciting conclusion. Now on to this episode. We have an action-packed, exciting episode this week with our coverage of the MD USBC Junior Masters Championship matches, both the boys and the girls final. It's all part of the new look and feel of Bowling Showcase, and I hope you stay with us all the way through the final frames. Before we get to that, let me tell you about some MD USBC news that you may have missed. Stacy Timmer of Wayland won the 4th MD USBC Women's Series event at Spins Bowl, Sterling Heights, with a 199-186 triumph over Chelsea Klingler of Grand Rapids. Timmer was the top qualifier for the day with a 4-game total of 10-16. She also took home the top prize of $500.
The pair was, the left lane was tight, I believe, tighter than the right lane, because I threw a split on the right lane, yeah. And so I moved a little bit on the right lane, but yeah, they were different as far as where they hooked at. So I had to like move my eyes around and my feet around, and it worked out. Like I could start stringing them after I found it. Once I find it, I'm pretty good at that, at keeping locked in on that spot.
On the men's side, it was Gerald Johnson of Taylor who won the 4th men's series event, also at Spins Bowl, Sterling Heights, with a 234-193 triumph over Mark Milosinovich of Shelby Township. Johnson qualified 5th with a 4-game total of 944. He also took home the top prize of $500.
Mark also bowled great in the championship. If he had carried, I probably would have lost. He actually bowled a great game. I was very fortunate.
The MD USBC Senior Queens Championship was held at Spins Bowl, Waterford. Leisha Lambert of Allen Park claimed the top prize with a 204-195 victory over Sandy Schultz of Macomb. Lambert was the top qualifier for the stepladder finals with a 4-game total of 913. Congratulations to Women's Series event winner Stacy Timmer and men's winner Gerald Johnson. And another big congratulations to Senior Queens champion Leisha Lambert. Well, that brings us to our main event for today's show, the 2022 Junior Masters held on March 26th at Spins Bowl in Troy, aka Bowl One Lanes. Let's start with the girls. Sophie Best of Redford was the top qualifier after 6 games with 1172. In the final championship stepladder match, she faces second place qualifier Morgan Malazewski of Brighton. Now enjoy the action as the two girls hit the lanes for the final decisive match featuring Sophia Best and Morgan Malazewski, now on Bowling Showcase.
So theoretically, Morgan is up right now by 13 pins if she were to strike. Oh, Morgan throws her look like a good ball, but unfortunately leaves the dreaded 7-10 split. Of course, that kind of changes the match around a little bit. She shoots for the 10 pin. She makes the 10 pin, but that leaves her with an open frame. And for all intents and purposes, evens out the match. Morgan's up in the fourth. In the fourth frame, she throws a Brooklyn, but the Brooklyn carries. Now Sophia's up on the right lane. She has a chance here if she strikes to make the match dead even. Ball goes in, and she does strike. This match is now all tied up. Sophia's up in the fifth. Ball come a little high. Oh, she gets a break. Almost left the baby split. In the qualifying rounds, Sophia's high game was at 232. Morgan's high game was 255. And Sophia does make her spare. So that gives her a 67 in the fourth to spare up. Morgan's working on a strike. She throws another strike here in the fifth. She'll take the lead. Ball is gone. Coming up to the pocket. And she has a 9 count. Got the 4-pin to convert. Shoots for a spare and makes it. So the match stays dead even through the fourth. Actually dead even through the fifth. They both have 67 in the fourth with spare up in the fifth. Morgan is now up in the sixth frame on the left lane. Looks good, and it is good. She strikes. Giving her an 87 in the fifth to strike up in the sixth. Sophia will now be up in the sixth. Just a small recap. The first 5 frames actually wound up being dead even between the number 1 seed, Sophia Best, and number 2 seed, Morgan Malashevsky. Sophia let her ball go on in the 6th frame. She gets 8 on her first, but unfortunately she has a baby split. Very makeable, but under pressure conditions sometimes you never know. She's going for her spare. Very nice. She makes the spare. However, right now she is 2 pins behind Morgan. And Morgan's advantage is the fact that she's got a strike up in the 6th frame. Sophia throws a 9 count. Giving her 104 in the 6th. As mentioned earlier, again, these are the number 1 and number 2 seeds going for the title. Oh, and kind of an unforced error here. Sophia misses the 7-pin, leaving her a 113 in the 7th frame and opening the door for Morgan. Morgan's on the right. The ball looks good. Morgan doubles. That gives Morgan a, let's see, 7. So depending on what she does here, she could open up her lead to 13 pins. Morgan's up on the left, throws the ball, and she carries again for a three-bagger. Morgan's got 117 in the sixth to Sophia's 104. So she's opened up a 13-pin lead through there, and actually she's increased her lead through the seventh frame since Sophia throws a strike in the eighth, but she's going to need to do this from here on out because she's down by almost 30 pins. Big shot here for Sophia in the ninth. She almost has to strike to keep hope alive. And she just does just that. Beautiful shot. However, Morgan does have the match in her hands. She can, for all intents and purposes, shut Sophia out. Sophia throws the first ball in the ninth, and a 9 count. Well, still glimmer of hope for Sophia. For Sophia to win, she's going to need a little help here from Morgan. Morgan seems to be pretty much locked in. She's thrown for her spare. She makes it, but she didn't want to hurt that pin. So that gives Morgan 166 in the eighth. The best Sophia can do is 203 if she strikes out. Morgan with us. Morgan throws a 9 count. Gives her 185. Morgan's got 185 in the ninth. Morgan makes his spare and gets a full count. She basically locks out Sophia because, as I said, no, she doesn't lock out Sophia. Sophia can still get, well, no, Sophia can only get 203. So Morgan needs a good count right here, and it's over, regardless of whatever Sophia does. And Morgan throws a strike. Beautiful shot. That gives her a 205. The best Sophia can do, even if she strikes out, is 203. So our 2022 Metro Detroit Junior Master Women's Champion is Morgan Malashevsky with a 205. Sophia threw an 8 count in the 10th, left this baby split. Even if she converts, the match is over. She does not convert. She ends up with a 169. So our ladies Junior Master Champion for 2022, as I mentioned before, is Morgan Malashevsky. Congratulations to her on a superior performance, shooting 205 to 169.
I knew I had the right ball in my hand, so I knew it was all mental, and so I would just take a few seconds on the approach before I went, think about what I'm doing, focus on hitting my mark, keeping my feet slow, just little things.
What a great final match. Congratulations to Morgan Malazewski on her impressive win. And a big thank you and congratulations to all of this year's participants. Time for a little break? Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with our coverage of the 2022 Junior Masters Boys Final coming up next on Bowling Showcase.
1-800-LAWYERS is the number to call if you've been injured on the job. That's 1-800-LAWYERS. Don't wait. If you need workers' compensation benefits, call 1-800-LAWYERS. That's 1-800-LAWYERS. Call 1-800-LAWYERS now.
Detroit USBC, your source for everything bowling in the bowling capital of the world. We support USBC certified league and tournament competition. We provide 11 tournaments for all members of our association, including men, women, youth, seniors, scratch, and handicap competition. The top reasons for belonging to the Metro Detroit USBC are having your average recognized, bonding of league funds, rules of the game, assistance in resolving league issues, equipment standards of the game, charities, and awards. Visit us at mdusbc.com.
The hug pickup, the home run swing, the drum major high step, the genuine joy, the unforgettable party, the food, the friends, the original social network. No matter who you are, it's always a great time. Grab your family, find a friend, and go bowling.
The Michigan State USBC provides tournament competition and recognition for men, women, and youth bowlers in Michigan. Tournaments include Open, Women's, and Youth Championships. Also, Junior Masters, Queens, Masters, and Senior Masters. Recognition includes first-time 300 games and 800 series for all members and 607 club memberships for women. Visit MichiganStateUSBC.com for entry blanks and more information on the Michigan State USBC.
I'm Gene Zamler of 1-800-LAWYERS. If you've been injured in an automobile accident, call 1-800-LAWYERS. We have been handling cases for over 50 years and have recovered billions of dollars for our clients. Call 1-800-LAWYERS.
Welcome back. It's time to grab your favorite beverage and snack, sit back, and settle in for our second main event. 2 main events in one show. What more could you ask for? Now we'll jump over to the boys' side of the lanes for the 2022 MDUSBC Junior Masters Final between top qualifier Donovan Romita of St. Clair Shores and Aaron Hill of Wayne, the second place qualifier. Once again, MDUSBC President George Brzezinski has the call now on Bowling Showcase.
As a recap here, we are going into Donovan will be going into the 6th frame. Donovan was our leader at the end of qualifying, and he also has a lead in this game. He also shot the high game of the qualifying at 279. Aaron right now is sitting with a score of 115 in the 6th. And because of that opening, if Donovan can strike here, he'll open up a bigger lead. And he does. He gets a break. Out of nowhere comes a messenger to knock down that 8 pin. Must be the glasses. So just as the lead was being cut down, Donovan opens up another one. He strikes here. He could put some big hurt on Aaron. Looks good. Coming in. And another messenger. He's got it going. He's got it going. As I mentioned, he had the high game in qualifying, shot 279. And if he strikes out, that's basically the score that he's going for in this game. Aaron, at this point in time, cannot afford to make any more mistakes. A lot of revs. Came up a little high. Leaves it 3-6. As mentioned before, Aaron was the number 2 seed in qualifying. So just like in the ladies' matches, we have the number 1 and number 2 seeds going at each other for the title of Junior Masters Champion. Aaron makes the spare, but time is running out. He can't afford to sit back. Donovan just walked back. He's got a little smile on his face. But you never know. Aaron's up in the 8th frame. Ball looks good, and he does carry. He needed that. That gives him a 135 in the 7th with the strike up in the 8th. Donovan right now is working on a 3-bagger. And he's up in the 8th. And the glasses come back on. He's got that Pete Weber look. Although I'm not sure that's Pete Weber's hairstyle, but close. Looks good. Comes up a little high, leaves the 8 pin. It's a good toss. That gives him a 158 in the 6th, which gives him a very substantial lead. Goes for the spare, and he makes the spare. 178 in the 7th for Donovan, 135 in the 7th for Aaron. So Donovan's got a 43-pin lead. Good ball, and he carried. Donovan now has 198 in the 8th. He can potentially finish out with a 258. Unfortunately, all Aaron can do, even if he were to strike out, is wind up with a 225. But you never know what can happen in the 10th frame. So if he can get, he's got to get everything he can possibly get. Striking out would really be nice. 9th frame, here he goes. Oh my God. Oh, and he pulled it and he got it. Got a break. He actually looked like he gave up on that, but as I said, you never know. At this point in time, he really needs to strike out right here to put pressure on Donovan. Looks like a good ball, and he gets the first one in the 10th. Still keeping up the pressure. Oh, it's up there, it's up there. Oh, solid 10 pin. Yeah, that gives him 194 in the ninth. Donovan's already at 208, even if he doesn't throw another ball. And he missed the 10 pin. So he ends up with a 213. Not a bad score, but all Donovan has to do is basically keep the ball on the lanes. And he will be the 2022 Junior Master champion. The first ball in the 10th. Well, it's a good thing. He leaves a 4-10 split. Shooting for it. He gets one pin. So he ends up with 226 to be our 2022 Junior Masters champion. He wins by 13 pins.
Just not really many physical adjustments, just a lot of mental adjustments. Like just really telling myself over and over again, just repeat shots and just telling myself like, okay, you got to do it. Like it's really now or never at this point.
What a match. Congratulations to Junior Masters Boys Champion Donovan Romita on his very impressive win. And again, thank you to all the participants and parents who make this such a great event. Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed our new format and hope that you continue to tune in every Saturday at 10 a.m. on WADL Detroit. Now remember, our all-new Youth Challenge continues next week. If you happen to miss an episode, you can catch it on our Bowling Showcase channel on youtube.com. Or you can connect with us on Facebook or email us at bowlingshowcase@gmail.com. We're very interested in your feedback. So until next time, keep your eyes on the mark, and we'll see you next time on Bowling Showcase.